We are done with part 1 of our basic task. Now let us start off with part 2, that is thin solids. Let us create a sketch. Like that, exit. And pad it. We'll get a solid image like this. But to have a gap in between, or to obtain a thin solid, select the thick option, and here we have thickness and mm. Let the thickness be say 8 and thickness 2 and preview. We will get an image like a pad like this, a thin solid. To add material equally to both sides of the profile, we have to click on neutral fiber and click on preview. This will add material equally on both the sides and click on OK. This is the pad that we have got. Now on this plane, let us draw a sketch, just a line, and exit. Now we can pad that line by giving more and clicking on thickness. Let the thickness be 4 mm and thickness 2 be 2 mm and click on preview. Click on OK. We'll get a pad like this. And again, let us sketch the top surface. Draw a line like that and another line like this and click on exit workbench. We can pad both the lines in the reverse direction. Thickness, preview. We get this. Now we can merge the ends. We'll see that the extended part out of the pad, previous pad 1, will be cut off and click on OK. So this is how we use different types of pads for giving thickness 1 and thickness 2. Now for shaft, let us delete this. Delete the sketch. Click on this XZ plane and click on sketch. Draw an arc and let this be a construction axis. Exit. Select this, click on shaft, click on preview. We can see a sphere, that is, the whole arc is shafted. We can reduce this to 240 and the second angle to be 60. Preview. We can get it like that, or 0, 180. Preview. We can get a half sphere. So this is how we use shaft. We can use shaft for various other features also. So basically it is a revolving feature. Now to groove, let us delete this. OK. Sketch. Let me draw a circle. Exit workbench and pad it to 40 mm on both the sides. Okay. Now for groove, I will select the ZX plane, click on sketch and draw a small rectangle part, exit workbench, click on groove, select the sketch, select the axis as this one and click on preview. We can see that this part is got grooved, or we can select 270 and click on OK. This whole part is got grooved from the first pad. So this is how we use groove. We can also groove it with thick profile, giving the first thickness as 3, second thickness as 1, neutral, preview and OK. So this is how we do thick profile groove. Now let us move on to creating a hole on the top surface of the first pad. Hole. So there are different types like blind, up to next, you can see it in the image here. Up to last will get you down to the last part. Up to plane, from one plane to this plane or this plane or this plane, or how many ever number of planes that we have created. And up to surface. There are different types of hole, like this is a simple. We have tapered hole where we have to give the angle, and we have counterbore, we have to mention the diameter and the depth of the counterbore hole. Countersunk, we have to mention the mode where we have depth and angle, depth and diameter, and angle of diameter along with the angle and diameter mentioned. And finally we have counter drilled to give the diameter, depth and the angle. Let us keep it simple. Now threaded, we have different options like bottom type, we have dimensions or support depth or up to plane, and we have to give the thread dimensions. Now let us create a simple hole, blind, of diameter 13, depth 80 mm, flat bottom, and click on OK. So this is how we create a simple hole. We can also change it to counterbore of diameter 19, 18, depth of 4, 3 and OK. So this is counterbore hole. Now how do we locate whether it is the center or not? We have to, now let me delete the hole. Now we have no idea about the center of this top surface. Click on that, click on hole. We have positioning sketch. Now this is the hole part center. We can give the dimension of this to this as 16, or let us make it, double click on the dimension, give it as 14. Okay. And we can also give the dimensions to the horizontal as 5, and from here to here as 4. Click on exit workbench. And now you can see that the hole is created at the point where we have located. Now click on OK. We have the hole. Let the depth be 50 or 100. Click on OK. This is how we get a hole. by locating the hole on the surface of the profile. Now for threaded, you can click on thread definition, threaded, click on metric thin pitch and click on OK. Now we can see that this is a threaded hole. Now to create a rib, sketch a spline, exit, use this sketch, that is the YZ plane, sketch, and let me draw a Now click on the rib option feature here. Select the profile as the circle, curve as this. We can see that a profile is created of rib. Now click on preview. We have a solid. Now click on thick profile, preview, and click on OK. We get a pipe like this with a hole in between from this part to this part. So this is how you create a rib. We can create rib not only with circles but also with any shapes that you require. Now on this plane, sketch. Let me create a small circle. Exit workbench. And on this plane, again sketch and draw a spline from and exit. Now we have two profiles. Let us click on slot. Select the profile, select the curve and select preview. We can see that this part of the material is got cut. Now if we click OK, we get a profile like this. So this is how we use slot. Now let us move on to using stiffener. Delete. Let us create a sketch. Exit workbench and pad it. Reverse direction. Thickness 70. Thick. Neutral. Click on preview and OK. We have got the base. Now let us create stiffness. Before that, we need to place the plane at a distance where we want the stiffness. So let us keep it at 20 and another one at another 20 in the other direction and one more at another 20 in the other direction. Okay. Now let us create stiffener on this plane. create a line, and click on exit workbench. Now you can see that a stiffener is created. Now if we increase the thickness of the stiffeners will also increase. Click on preview. OK. Same thing can be done on the other side too. Now click on this plane, stiffener, select this plane, draw a line like this, exit workbench. Again, let us decrease the stiffness, and if you deselect the neutral fiber, it will get on one direction. If you double click it, the material will be equally distributed on both the sides, and click on OK. And this is how you use stiffeners. Now if I create a plane, click on OK, and a stiffener, plane, create lines like this, and a spline. This and exit workbench. We can click from top. You can see that the stiffeners are created like this. Preview. Let me select the thickness. Click on preview. Click on OK. You will get stiffeners like these from the top. These are top stiffeners. Two types of stiffeners that we will be using. Now for multi-section, let me delete. And this. Okay. Now we have 3 planes. Let me delete this plane. We have 4 planes. So let the first plane sketch, draw a rectangle, exit workbench, now click on this sketch, draw a rectangle of a smaller dimension, select the third plane, sketch, draw a bigger rectangle and exit. Okay, and I think 3 is enough. Now let us delete the last plane. Now we can use this option here called multi-section solid. The first solid, second solid, third solid. Here we have to make sure that all the closing points are at the same point on each profile. Otherwise, multi-section will not be working. Click on OK. Get a solid like this. So this is how we use multi-section solid. Now to remove a multi-section solid, let us click on the plane, sketch. Let us draw a circle here, exit, and another circle on that plane, exit, and another circle on the middle plane. Here we are not able to see the middle cross section, so we can click on cut part by sketch plane. We can see the rectangle in between and create a circle. On that plane, exit workbench, and here we have remove multi-section solid. So first we click on this plane, then we click on this plane, and then we click on this plane. We can see that the closing points are all on the same path. Click on OK. This part will be removed. So this is how we use remove multi-section solid.